Hey there, fellas. You recognize this off-road monster of ours? I do think it's worthy to be referred to as such, because it performs amazingly well. But when you look at it, you realize that there's one thing that's obviously missing, and that would be the winch. And we thought, why not try making one of our own? Use whatever we can find, stuff that you'd see in anybody's garage. We've got some skills, right? So join us on this journey to build a very cheap, very powerful winch. So for starters, we have the simple matter of the drive mechanism that's going to set this into motion. We'll need some sort of electric motor. And here I've got one that I just found lying around. It is for the windshield wipers. And also, we will need reduction gears as well. We have taken apart a couple of Lada gearboxes. Right here I've got some shafts with gears, an intermediate shaft and so on. The gears are helical, and they're made that way inside a gearbox as not to make too much noise. But then we also have some reverse gears, and those are straight cut. Also, they're separate from the shaft. I think we'll start working with those. And look, we have some small ones and a bigger one, which is a good thing. I think we can make a reduction setup out of those. Okay, well, let's get to work. So look, this is coming together interestingly. We fitted the bar into the factory spot right underneath the stock bumper. You would have seen us weld on some brackets. Those we bolted to the frame rails. Here we've got a couple of metal beams that we've welded together. And obviously that's what the brackets are welded onto. So the metal foundation for mounting the winch is prepared. And now it's time to put together the winch itself. Let's get to it. And here we have all of the parts for making the winch. Some bearings, casing for those, some gears, the shafts, and the material we'll be using to make the winch, which is simply metal sheet, all cut and drilled. Now we'll proceed to piece all of this together, as opposed to having it laid out on the table like that. And let's just see where this goes. So this gear propels the big one. The big one is linked to this one. And that spins, this rotates freely anyway. It spins this one is welded together with this one, like so, and they propel the output shaft. This one that's locked on the... yeah, that's locked on the shaft. The winch is coming together, and as you might imagine, there is nothing complicated to it. This has got two shafts. Inside the reduction mechanism, we got 3 small gears and 3 more big ones. And right here we have yet another big one and one more small one. As for the overall reduction ratio that we've got going here, it would be 1 to 22. That's not accounting for the worm gear in the electric motor. And when we flip this on, we'll see that the small gear on the electric motor starts to spin pretty quickly, while the shaft which the cable is going to be wrapping around is moving quite a bit slower. Yeah, it's taking it nice and easy. As for how much torque this transmission is able to exert, I suggest we check and see. Let's give the winch a try. So look guys, we've tied this to the lift, we've got this scale, it is a tad stretched out, but no big deal. We've got someone on the brakes inside the G-Wagon, and let's switch on the winch and check the torque. Turn it on. Okay, here we go. That's already 200 kilograms. 300, 400, 430. Okay, you can release it now. That is not going to be enough. I think we'd better try a different motor. We're going to be replacing the old motor with a starter motor. A regular starter motor turns way too fast at the Bendix, and so we took another one for a Lada, removed the planetary drive, and fitted that to the other regular starter motor. We've increased the torque and lowered the rev count. Shall we try this out? You holding it? Let's see. Why is the reading dropping? Are you firm on the brake pedal? It used to be 600 kilos, now it's at 550. Yeah, I saw it. But the reading, I think, was in excess of 1,000 kilos. Maybe tie it down? Oh, hold it! Okay, let's hold it. Are we ready? Let's go! 1570. So we already got 1.5 tons. That's the weight of a car. So 1.5 tons, is that a lot or is it not? Let's try pulling a car to work that out. Let's do it. This is going well. Take a look at that. The rope has given up. My oh my. Come on now. Holy cow, another rope has snapped. Come on. So this winch just keeps eating through ropes. One by one. Yep. So what we're gonna do now is get some better ropes, some heavier duty ones, and do something a bit extreme with that car. Let's go. Right guys, so we decided to go a bit crazy with this experiment. We've replaced the cable, fitted a roller, routed the cable back and connected it to the car, and now the battle begins. It'll involve, I guess, 3 contenders. That would be the Earth's gravity, the weight of the G, and the strength of this here birch tree. And so let's put all 3 of them to the test. Okay, we are ready, let's get this started. Let's do this. There it is, whirring and whistling away. And we have liftoff. Wait, is that it? Yeah, I did let go. Hanging won't come down. So look at that. Our homemade winch is just as good as anything you can buy for hella money. It is doing a great job. At the very least, it got the car up to here with no trouble at all. Only problem now is how to get it down. That part we did not think through. Yeah, this sort of thing happens. When first you have a bit of trouble freeing your vehicle from a trap, and then on top of that you can't get it unhooked. But I'm sure we'll figure something out. Let's go. So we connected an extra battery because the main one was not in good condition. Plus it's rather cold, and the car actually refuses to run in that sort of position. The engine is carbureted and we cannot get it to start. Okay. Let's carry on. Trying to cool the winch off. That's it. Check this out, guys. Now, these are some impressive results. This has done an excellent job. The truck is almost in a vertical position. Would have been better if we'd have tied the rope a bit higher, though. But we do have a slight issue, in that we used a starter motor for this winch, and it is getting hot. I mean, it was never designed to be working constantly for prolonged periods of time, but hey, it is what it is. But if you want out of a trap, you can always wait for 5 minutes. But I mean, check that out. This is just so awesome. This winch that we made ourselves in a garage, which also cost us real cheap, it can very much help you get out of a sticky situation. And it was super easy to make as well. Now this vehicle is ready for some proper adventures, as is hopefully whatever you drive. So this was simple to make. Make sure to sub, send in your suggestions, try making cool stuff of your own. And that's it for this video. Catch you guys later. And now, fellas, we need to get it down somehow. For anybody who watches videos all the way to the end, this is where we get to the most interesting part. We need to bring the G down, because, yeah, we didn't think of a way to unhook the winch. Let's get to it. Bring me an axe, what else are we gonna do? We're gonna have to chop this tree. I'm gonna go give the winch another turn. Can you turn it the other way? No. Bro's got a death wish. That is definitely a win. We've been assisted. We got really lucky. Oh my goodness, for real? This is a massive win. For sure. All it took was a single input. And our losses aren't that bad, only this bit of trim. Why is there so much negative camber? Looks like we bent the axle. Really? What do you mean bent the axle? Freaking G-Wagon, come on. Are you guys kidding me? The fucking differential alone is a couple of $1,000. I guess we can just do the casing. Fucking hell. Mounted well, huh? How is it even going to drive? It's not. Let's investigate. Maybe it will be able to move somehow. Rear end forward. How's that gonna work? On a dolly. The minivan is gonna be all like this. Yup. We have thoroughly rooted this thing. Should I turn the sound off?